Welcome back. We are on day 3 already. And when I say I'm feeling a little flustered, I'm feeling a little flustered. I don't know. I have written a lot of books. And for some reason, 5,000 words, and it's just because I'm on a time constraint, I'm feeling the pressure a little bit. I guess because of the amount of money that's on the line, $50,000, I'm just like tripping right now because any other time I'd be like, oh yeah, I can knock this out. Right now, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do next. I don't know where to go next. What should I say? I have my outline and I still like, okay, this outline is really not making sense to me. So I'm having moments here. I'm having a lot of moments here. I realized that my first chapter, in chapter 1, scene 1, I like how I wrote it, but then when I wrote scene 2, I like scene 2 better, of course, in terms of how tight it is. Now I'm trying to figure out, should I put scene 3 in chapter 2 or should I leave scene 3 in chapter 1? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm having a moment right now. Big, big moment. Okay, so where are we going to start? Let me look over this outline because I haven't looked at it since I did yesterday's video. I focused in on my other project. I went out with my girls, my kids. They're grown. Picked my oldest daughter up. We went to Target, then we went to the fresh market, then I ate, and the next thing you know, I'm sitting in front of YouTube, and that was that. I believe yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna open up my iPad. Did not do that. I finally did it this morning. Didn't record it. I had some, of course, I have like 2 bubbles. After all the, and the wiping, I have a bubble in the corner, never fails. I always have a bubble in the corner. On this phone, there's a bubble in the corner. And then another bubble that's towards the bottom. What can I say? I'm not taking that thing off and I'm going to use it anyway. All right. So maybe I should, I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay. I'm going to rough draft this. I like to get 400 words for the day, and we'll kind of like go from there. All right. So let me just say, I think I did that. So what is this? If this is 288, this is 324 now. All right. Make sure that I got my thing right. Okay. I need to figure out. Let me see something. I need to characters. We want to make sure that it's realistic, so I need to do some research real quick. Okay. We're just going to get to it really early. I got to sneeze. Okay. I don't really necessarily like this sentence, but it's a draft. You know what I'm saying? It's a draft. It's okay. Because I want to win the $50,000. I'm not going to lie. This is, you know what I'm saying? You know what $50,000 could do for a retiree? Oh my gosh. Things are well, but things could be so much better. I'm going to do a little story time here. Yesterday, I did a little story time about me working in the federal government and being an HR professional and how I had to make a decision. So today, let's do a story time on how I got hit by a car. Yes, I got hit by a car. And what happened? This was December 2024. December 4th of 2024, my dog, unfortunately, she was 15, passed away. I knew something was going on, but you know how sometimes you just don't want to deal with those kind of realities. And when I mean something going on, she just got real picky with her food, and I was like, now, mind you, she was my third dog. We had three dogs. I had three dogs all at once. And I had a pit bull. Oh my God, he was just so sweet. He died in November of 2019. And then my Labrador mixed, he was older. He was almost 12. He passed away that following year, almost to the day. So the pit bull passes away uh, November 13th of 2019, and my Labrador passed away November 9th of 2020. And so then I had my little dog. She was a deerhead Chihuahua. And her name was Celine. So that was a really hard day. That was a really hard day. Oh my God, that was just. Now, fast forward, I'm supposed to be talking about how I got hit by a car. So, December 4th, my little baby dog, she was 15, she passed away. When you've had dogs, you're used to walking them, right? And getting your exercise in and all that good stuff. It was December 14th, it was a Saturday, and I had just finished doing some art because I'm not all that good of a painter, but I can get away with some stuff, just some landscape stuff. Anyway, I watched the HBO documentary on Christopher Reeve. And it was very powerful and it was moving. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so grateful that, I'm okay. And it was about 5 o'clock. And I had been used to going out. And I looked at my Apple Watch and I needed about maybe 1,000 steps or 2,000 steps. I don't remember, but it wasn't that many to have 50,000 steps for the week or something like that. So I told my daughter, I'm going outside to walk around the neighborhood so I can get my extra steps. And she was like, okay, mommy. That was around, yeah, a little bit after 5. Walked out, walked down the street, walked to the end. I live in a cul-de-sac, well, a townhouse community. Walk to the end of my street, cross the street, and then there's a little walkway, a little walk, and then you cross the next street. So there I am, had on my jacket, was about to cross the second street. She didn't see me. I'm screaming, stop, stop, stop. And all I could see in my eyes are 4 Audi rings. Like, oh my God, she had an SUV too. She stops the car. Thank God. I am so blessed, grateful. I didn't go underneath the car. But when she hit me from, because she was turning left. I'm walking, so she hit me on the right side. But what got hurt was my left side from the force of the car hitting me to the ground. So she's screaming, oh my God, where's your dog? Like, I was like, thank God my dog was not there with me. Just the thought of it. And I'm like, she just died. My dog. She was like, oh my God. Like, where? And I'm like, no, this was days ago. Okay. So other people were also walking in the neighborhood. And she's like, go away, go away, go away. She's like, do you want me to call the ambulance? And I'm like, no, I am going to call my daughter. Called my youngest daughter. She had just left to go to her friend's house. Calling her. She doesn't answer. Call my oldest daughter who's still in the house. She answers, and I'm telling her, you have to come around the corner and help me. I was hit by a car. She was like, what? You just left. So she comes around the corner looking like she's ready to fight somebody. She got her bonnet on. Now, mind this is December. She has her bonnet on. She has her bonnet on, cut off sleeve t-shirt, her little skunky looking flip flops, no jacket, nothing. And she's taller than me. I'm about 5'6", she's 5'9". And she comes around the corner like, who done mess with? I was like, oh my God. So I'm standing there, the lady is trying to, young girl, sweet. I just think she was on her phone. And you know how sometimes you just do things by autopilot? I think she was just so used to just swinging into her court on a daily basis that she didn't think anybody was going to be there. So my daughter, she happened to get, all of her information, her insurance information, all that kind of stuff. And then I hopped back around the corner to the house, and finally my youngest daughter calls. Because when you say you've been hit by a car, the first thing you think of is an auto accident, that your car has been hit by another car. So when I'm telling my youngest daughter, you have to come home to take me to urgent care because my oldest daughter doesn't drive, she was like, how can I do that? Is something wrong with your car? Because I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with my car. Me personally, was hit by a car. She was like, oh my God. I told my mom the same thing. I was hit by a car. She's like, really? She was like, how much damage is there to your car? I'm like, people, when I say I was hit by a car, me personally, I didn't say I was in a car accident and my car was hit by a car. I said I was hit by a car. I just think that's so funny. Went to urgent care. They put me in a boot, took a lot of x-rays. They put me in a hand brace because right up in here, it hurts. And then my left side, I really should have surgery on my foot because my ligaments, something going on in there. And on a daily basis, I'm better. I've taken a lot of PT. All last year I did PT. Technically, I really should get surgery on my foot, but I'm just not ready yet. That's a difficult decision to make. Some people, oh, okay, yeah, let's just do it. No, 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 not me. Not one of those people. It's one thing if the doctors had said, oh, yes, we have to do some surgery on your hand. Okay, well, I could still do for myself, right? And I could, just probably be in a sling until this is my foot we're talking about, which means so much more therapy, so much more um, rehab in terms of walking, having people to help you. This is my foot we're talking about. And at night, yes, I do feel like a dull pain. Sometimes it creeps up the side of like my ankle. I thought it was interesting because I told the surgeon, you're a surgeon and surgeons like to cut. And so I could see why you recommend surgery because you want to cut. That's your job. That's your thing. That's why you went into that profession because you want to take scalpel 15 and start cutting. But anyway, so that's my story for the day. I told her I probably will be back before 10 years is out. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Now that I've gotten that story out, maybe that will help me get this story out. Let's see here. I have a comma problem. I hear this clicking noise and it's not me typing. I think the snow and ice is melting and it's coming off of the roof. Should I write a stack of paper or just a piece of paper? Yeah. Should I make them come from London or should I make them come from Australia? Australia. Okay. I'm at 294 words. I know. Okay. So this is my thing about contests like this when you're having a writing contest and it has a limited number of words. You have to be very careful with how many words you use because you don't want too much filler and then you don't want enough filler. You want to be able to convey this story so it hooks the reader in. But this is, excuse me, this is a contest. And you're only allowed between 45 and 5,000 words for the beginning. So it has to be very tight because you want to hook people in that they want the other 5,000 and the other 10,000 words. They want you to finish the story. But you don't want to put too much nonsensical stuff in, but you want to get the point across. So there's my thing right there about contests that have word counts. 317 words. Nope. Okay, we're at 434. This was good, but am I going to stop? I think I'm going to finish out this scene and then I'll stop. I'm almost there. All right, we're at 649 words. And I think I'm going to finish out the scene off camera. And yeah, we are on day 3, you all. Day 3. Thank you for stopping by and see you tomorrow.